Kayla from Walkie, Talkie Speech Therapy. Please subscribe as I am posting new videos weekly. So I posted a video recently about how to teach sharing, but it's gonna happen. Your child is gonna continue to probably have possessive moments over toys, and there's gonna be some fights. It's really common, okay? It's developmentally normal, but let's talk about 5 ways to avoid the fights. Number 1 is to be proactive. If you know that a toy is a problem, like, oh man, every day when older brother comes home, they fight over this particular superhero car. Get rid of it. You can get rid of it, or you can only bring it out during certain times when you're there to mediate the play with it and the taking of turns. Or you can just put it in the older brother's room or something and tell him you only play with that toy in your room, okay? So these are just like workarounds to avoid the constant fighting. If there's something that's a problem and it's not necessary, get rid of it. Until they're ready to share and you've really taught that skill. Tip number 2 is to distract. Distraction is huge, right? If they're fighting, distract them with something else, okay? A different activity. Maybe it's going to be song time now. We're going to calm down with a song. You can see my link to the songs that I like to use, or just a different activity. Okay, that activity is done. We're doing something else. And you're either doing it together or you have 2 separate sets of activities for each child. It's time for big brother to play by himself and little brother to play by himself. That's totally appropriate. Next is what I call the toys go night-night. Okay, so if the fighting is continuing and you've tried some different strategies and you've been trying to teach the sharing and it's not working, then you need to have some natural consequences, right? Okay, if the kids are constantly fighting, then you tell them fighting equals toys go night-night, which means the toy that they're fighting about goes into a bin. I usually have a bin and it's marked night-night. It has like a moon or a star taped onto it that I printed out, and it says night-night. And that way if the fighting continues, okay, you be a consistent parent and you say, okay, toys are going night-night. And it doesn't have to be a big mad thing, you know, it can just be like, this is the way it is, calm, toys go night-night. And then you go back to the distraction. You distract them with something else. But, okay, it's going to be really upsetting. You're going to have a tantrum. Watch the video on how to deal with tantrums. You're going to have a tantrum most likely, but what they're going to learn is that there's consequences for fighting. So I better pick a different toy, or I better try sharing, or that toy's going to leave. That toy's going to go to sleep. It's going to go in the night-night bin, okay? Tip number 4 is to use a countdown when it's time for an activity to be over and they've been fighting about it. So you can use a countdown, or you can use your phone for a timer. And then the timer, when the timer beeps, and you tell them, you explain what's going to happen when the timer beeps. We're either, taking the turns, or the toys going night-night. That can be, a little less upsetting for them. Or it's all done with playtime and we're going to go outside.